Minnesota in 6 over the Denver Nuggets. The importance of tonight is crystal clear.
Foul trouble because Minnesota needs him on the floor.
The Timberwolves are back. Who are you going to be watching early on for the Spurs?
Well, I'm going to be watching the guard.
In the first 2 games, first start tonight. We'll see. First game, he led.
First season, Minnesota beat San Antonio 2 games, and they controlled the turnover story. They get in the paint right here, Vassell, and then
First 4 points in game 2. That nice little behind the back. Like, we cannot take that for granted what this guy's doing.
Not at all, man. San Antonio, I just want to see if they can stay disciplined inside of their aggression, right? Can they continue to play downhill? Can they continue to push or make some misses before Minnesota defense gets
to the Western Conference Finals, 2 consecutive seasons, a turnover. Fox on the lead over McDaniels, who rejects it.
Minnesota relying heavily on Jaden McDaniels, known for his defense and making plays like that, but Jaden McDaniels got in foul trouble in both games, getting back by himself.
It's Castle and Wembanyama. He's had outstanding position.
Well, Coach Mitch Johnson talked about one thing that's a little underrated from Wemby is his screening angle. I think a lot of people look at a big come to set a screen, but it's the angle that set screens at, which allows for them to be able to roll and get to the basket. It's Wemby at the top of the ring.
Wembanyama had 12 blocks in game 1, a couple in game 2, led the league in that category. Here he goes, and his fellow Frenchman Gobert up and off. Daniel.
And Wemby has had, can we call it issues? As Ant Edwards.
38 blocks in a little over 4 games. He's on a record pace. He just picked up his
player. He has to be able to make the adjustments on the fly with what the defense is. Just even talking about him coming across half court, knowing they're going to trap him. Now moving to the middle of the floor and not allowing himself to be on the sideline.
Castle up top, left free to fire. The 3 no good for the first time. And the experience difference between these 2 teams has been one of the storylines so far. Wembanyama up top. He'll set up and over Gobert, who has done it. The outside shooting of Wembanyama for Minnesota. Here comes McDaniels. The cutting Randall, and into Gobert, and back to Randall, and tap.
To Wemby on that play, deterring shots, making shots difficult, and then on the other end.
His teammates to be able to get opportunities. That's something that's so small but so important.
McDaniels just picked up his first problems. Has been a real problem for Minnesota.
Yeah, Candace, you talked about it. You know, obviously he played 19 minutes last game, and as Coach Finch said, it's one of the best 19 minutes that was played of anybody. They need him on the floor. They need him to be a little smarter on the defensive end of the floor.
Here comes Fox behind the back in a congested lane. It's picked up and put in, and it's 2 tonight.
And right here, the questions are, can Minnesota match the physicality of the Spurs? Thus far, the Spurs have imposed their will early in this game.
Another miss. And here comes Champagne looking for Castle. The athletic catch. Gobert swats it away. Wembanyama got a hand on it. It's out of.
See Gobert getting up and getting that.
Do you speak French?
A little bit.
So
Wish I could flex, but I can't.
It's Conley in the corner, and a 3 on the way. Pulled in by Wembanyama. The fleet-footed Fox. And
Minnesota came out with so much energy, so much intensity that you can tell that Denver was going to have to go and worry about the next game. They haven't come out with that same intensity and energy in this one.
Wembanyama working on Gobert.
Because you do not know fear. Coming out here in game 3, they just hooping. They don't know fear, and that's the good part about inexperience sometimes.
Naz Reid is coming off the bench as well as the 4. Wembanyama already with 5. Colliding into Randall. Gobert is off the floor. Minnesota has gone small, and it's Vassell for 3. With the reach, McDaniels attacking and over Wembanyama. Tough shot. And then Castle losing it, retrieves it, and Fox, where they're trying to get in that paint every chance they get.
Understand what works for them, and that's what you want to see. You want to see a team that knows what success looks like and to get something going right now. But they understand what works for them, Kevin. Get it to the basket. It works for all those guys. You got Castle. You have Fox. You also make the game easier for everyone else outside of Wemby.
Minnesota has started 0 of 9. Reed Fox.
Block, but deters more shots than anybody I've ever seen in this league.
Champagny, the #1 three-point shooter in the playoffs, and a turnover by Minnesota. And Wembanyama is picked up by Jaden McDaniels and doubled by Dosunmu and Vassell for three.
And what you do a little bit too when Wemby's down there, Ken, is you try to force it a little bit when you see opportunities, and Minnesota turning the ball over on that last drive, trying to get.
Here's Stephon Castle coming off a 21-point game 2, chiseling his way in the paint with a fake. And outside, it'll be a three. Down the hole it goes in the NBA.
Well, once again, 2 feet in the paint, and it allows for everyone else to get going.
Another miss.
And the crowd is sitting on their hands just waiting for a play to explode. If you're the home team, you've got to get this team in this crowd.
Cornette waits, 3 around him defensively. Just see them swarm. There was no place to go.
And as a result of Wemby's impact early, the ball stopped.
He had started 3 games in a row with all the injuries. DiVincenzo out for the season, torn Achilles. Vassell inside, in close, and over.
Wemby out of the game. Their package is a lot of away screens. They're going to utilize their guards, the talent. You see Dylan Harper in there with those away screens that Vassell scored on.
It's a steal. It's picked up by Johnson. Trying to get through the trailing Castle up, hit hard.
His hand because he did not allow to be a magnet to a screen.
Castle in game 2 is 9 of 9. ABC Pistons Cavs. That'll be game 3. And tomorrow on ABC, it'll be Oklahoma against the Lakers. For more on these games, go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. Shannon drives, corner, Dosunmu no with the 3. And now Dylan Harper driving into Shannon, up high for Cornette.
That's like I'm not Wemby.
Right?
Just a little bit lower. Just a little bit lower.
Dosunmu playing with a bad calf and a bad heel, and Reed a 3. 18-6 San Antonio has led from the get-go. They were up early. And they've held on, going in. Johnson out to Vassell. Hit by Shannon. Shot clock at 3. On top is Harper, the rookie. Shannon there on the switch. Heaves it away.
They have an advantage, Candace, and it's called this crowd. They have to make sure that they're doing things like that to get this crowd involved in the game. We couldn't hear ourselves last game. It was so last time we were here.
Right in that position, Johnson, Cornette, and back to Keldon, and they'll set with the Aaron Fox. Reed is there. Edwards has come in for McDaniels. 5 to fire. In goes Now is in another gear. It's Gobert from Shannon.
Minnesota is getting downhill and doing what they want, playing through the French center.
Well, stars on defensive end, Candace. That's who offensively, obviously, they're having success, but they're on the defensive end of the floor, and they're playing off of that energy right now.
Johnson miss. They'll take it in to await. After trailing by 15 moments ago. It's Cornette, and Gobert is there. Devin Vassell, weaving, driving, faking, spinning, lunging, firing it up.
Shut up.
Anthony Edwards into a nest of defense.
Anybody know of anything about Tony Brothers? He's gonna give you some stares.
There's a turnover. Much more intensity, far more tenacious. Edwards, the trailing Shannon. They knew they had to go downhill every time they got it, like right here by Edwards. And
learn a couple finger rolls from Wemby on those finishes. So now these games being every other day, we're going to see the impact of the series on Anthony Edwards.
1. And Castle is at the free throw line for a second time. And now 3 of 3. May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And support. National champion at UConn. Grew up in the Atlanta area. He had gone 12 of 12 going back to game 2. It's Dosunmu, the hesitation and the drive. And Champagne and Wembanyama in the contest. Castle in the corner. And Wemby's got it. And Gobert comes out on him. Final 40 seconds of the first quarter. Fox, a fake, a feed. Johnson cutting.
Just the last-minute cut by Johnson. I mean, he's 6th man of the year for a reason, and he comes in and he does all those little things for this team to make up the win.
Gobert and Wembanyama. Fox and Dosunmu. The screen, Fox, Wembanyama. It's a three, and he has struggled with that shot in this series. Gobert the rebound. Here's Edwards. Can he get it before the horn? Yes! Spurs on top. Edwards here. Castle will defend. It's a two.
And Edwards, coach said he was probably 60%. Well, give me 60% because he looks like he has a pep in his step, especially to end that first quarter and to start the second.
He's 60. Sorry, Jim. He's 60% when the ball's not going to the box. On in, you feel nothing.
Here comes Anthony Edwards, and Fox is there with the fadeaway. McDaniels tips it. Minnesota controls. Naz Reid. 18-point turnaround in this game in 13 minutes time.
Well, Kevin, Minnesota started 1 of 15 from the field.
Whoa.
But when you're Minnesota and you have a guy similar to the Spurs, they have Wemby, a guy that they know what he's going to bring every game, and so it brings confidence. When you have a guy that Jaden McDaniels gets explode like that, the confidence that it gives you and your team is the confidence that you're going to need to win this game tonight.
Castle drives on Reid with 5. Edwards, Reid, and it's Shannon for 3. In the game, Harrison Barnes, the veteran, in his 14th NBA season. Fox, Wembanyama. Over Shannon the pass.
That's something that they struggled with, especially in game 2, is being able to stop the Spurs from playing so fast.
Jaden McDaniels, and he felt Wembanyama. Here's the driving Randall. The kick, Reid, 3. Wembanyama with Fox, the stutter step, and the drive into Shannon. Champagny 3, the #1 3-offs, had that ball tipped on the shot. And Edwards with Castle there. The ball rotation. Reid hard to the hole. Tonight's live update presented by FanDuel. That rattles in the Wolves by 3. 207.5. With Reid there.
Kevin, they say experience, it steadies you. And so this team right here, they go down early, but we have experience, and experience kept them steady.
4-point lead is the biggest for the Timberwolves, who trailed early on by 15 in the first. Fox to the rim.
It didn't do it as much in game 1. Granted, a lot more in game 2, which kind of set the tone on the offensive end for the Spurs.
Carter Bryant is checked in for San Antonio. The ball rotation, Reid in the corner. The fake and a floater on the fly. And a rebound by and Castle. In the corner, Harrison Barnes. Great feed. The collision. Wembanyama, 89% in the playoffs so far this year for this over 50%. 89 from the line. Those averages are the highest for a player's first 6 career playoff games in NBA playoff history. Reid. Bryant on him. Driving into the rookie. Dosunmu across the lane. Wembanyama alters.
Every shot around the rim with Wemby's there, their shot has been released quicker than they have wanted it to. And it had led to a lot of misses because they're finishing what they practice every day.
Castle had to work hard into the defense of Dosunmu. And here go the Wolves. 15 points for Edwards, defended by the veteran Barnes. A long 2. Rebound. He's got 9 of them. And Castle and Fox. They'll set up. It's a 3 and a rebound by Edwards. And taken by Castle. Bryant, he'll launch a 3. Got it.
Which has kind of been the theme of this game. The corners have been the outlet for both teams.
There's the blitz at Edwards. In the corner, Randall with a 3. And a flying McDaniels has the ball. McDaniels made that play. Castle, Wembanyama, 2 easy. Timeout. MVP award this season after getting the unanimous Defensive Player of the Year award a bit earlier.
It's interesting, Coach Finn. Wemby is the only 7-footer out there and might have his way in the paint.
Dylan Harper's checked in for the Spurs. Here's McDaniels. Shannon with a 3. McDaniel control. It's Randall driving hard. The collision in the feed. Dosunmu. 1 of 9, Randall forcing the issue off balance, contorts, crashes, fouled as he fired %, but tonight they have gone 5 of 6.
Yes, and they've really made a concerted effort.
You're right about the way it began, where it is now, and the game we're coming from a game 2.
Playing faster if you're the Timberwolves. Obviously, Wemby has had his way. 15 points in the paint thus far early because the other French center is on the bench, but you're countering that by being able to play faster.
Harper on top. Shot clock at 2. Bryant for 3.
He just did last play. Put your head down, put that shoulder into somebody's chest, and go up and obviously try to get to the foul line, but make that basket, man. They need him to be able to be the player that Julius Randle has been and definitely was in game 1.
Reed picked up by Bryant for 3.
He's to kind of steady the Spurs offense.
Cornet is in for Wembanyama. The drive. And he gets it to go. The NBA family proudly shaped our nation for 2.5 centuries. Please join us as we honor America. Randall at the line. Minnesota 9. They shot 52% in game 2 in Texas. Fox will drive on Dosunmu and put on the brakes. 14-footer leaves. Spurs keep it alive. Vassell in the corner. Harper 3, no. Gobert there to McDaniels. And again, the defense right back there for the Spurs, the #1 defense in the playoffs. In the corner, McDaniels with a 3. He has been struggling with this 3-point.
First defensive stop. He got into the ball, got the first defensive stop, and started the run. So the young man from Chicago, give him some credit for coming in, at least changing the outcome so far for Minnesota.
Fox, by the way, Allie Clifton just picked up his 3rd personal foul for the Spurs. And Johnson again. Randall. It's a move by Shaq. So fast. And it's picked up on the play by Vassell. And a whistle. And a backpedaling foul.
It's going to be a little different knowing that you're going to come with that energy.
How about the plus-minus with Harper on the floor as opposed to being on the bench?
This year, watching fellow draft members perform, but when you're closing minutes in the playoffs, I'd rather that.
Any day. He's a plus, 21.5 when he's on the floor. Without him there, guy. And I love what Coach Johnson said. He talked about how Fox and Harper and Scottsdale gets into the paint and success in the game, and they get excited because they know they have similarities in their game and they can also have success.
Driving McDaniels off and up for Jaden McDaniels.
I would love for them to be able to run something to Julius Randle. I think let's put him in attack situations already before he gets to that.
Reed has the rebound. Here comes Edwards. He's got 15. Wembanyama's got 15. They blitz him again. Reed on the wing. Against Cornets. The collision.
Got to be careful. Can't play defense with your face.
That's a new defense. He's bringing you back to the game plan over and over. You start with it, and then the game happens. You get away from back to the game plan.
San Antonio, the second quarter, 7 of 14 from the floor. Minnesota, 4 of 17. Shooting in the second. Fade away, Vassell. Rebound. He goes into Harper and fades away. And Edwards. Minnesota second chance points plus 8. Vassell. It's a drive inside. The turn shot into the Gobert.
I just wanted to say, Rudy.
Castle caroms off bodies and picks up. Allie Shannon coming off the bench tonight after starting 3 in a row.
And best believe, Kevin, these are the moments that Terrence welcomes. He said after game 1 on Monday, I don't feel pressure. I just stay ready. He said he's always working, always prepared because his teammates and coaching staff believe in him. They simply tell him to go out there and be himself.
Reed 3. It's Fox. And Edwards comes out on him.
Fox having a slow start to this game. We saw him in game 2, 9 points in the first quarter.
Shoot it from the corner, but also to catch and go and put pressure on the basket, make plays for other people. When he's going, when he's rolling, he's involved.
To break the tie. Reed. Defending.
get into holding the ball too much. Want to make quick decisions against the Spurs defense. Ooh, nice in and out by Randall.
Stephon Castle makes a move, little head fake, corner three, Fox no. Rebound, lasso in. We've seen a lot of blitzing. Shannon, athletic pass, corner. That's a McDaniels missed three.
Making the right play, swinging. McDaniels struggling from the three. Shot 41% from three during the regular season.
Reed, a fourth foul. 84% playoff free throw shooter, puts it in. Castle with 7 assists. We're talking about the Knicks, 3-zip on the Sixers in that best of 7 Eastern Conference semifinal. A minute to go in the second. The way the game began, you thought it would be a disaster. Here comes Edwards, flies in for 2. Got 19.
Quick decision right there by Anthony Edwards.
Fox will answer over a lot. Wembanyama the other way. There is a difference of 7 seconds. Game clock and shot clock winding down the first half.
And this Wemby-Fox pick and roll served them well in game 2 again.
It's Dosunmu. Fox defends the collision. McDaniels 3. Here comes Edwards. He's jousting with Vassell. The rebound by Castle.
Kevin, to your point about second chance, fast break points, Spurs 8 fast break points, 1 for 6. It's just a concerted effort of Minnesota understanding as Castle gets.
After Sumu, Randall just picked up his 3rd, and Castle at the line for the Spurs.
Last series against Portland was getting Stephon Castle downhill because good things happen. Starting off this second half, no other, putting the ball in his hands, and because of that, he's at the free throw line.
And the Spurs back up by 2. They've led by 15. We've had 6 lead changes, 3 ties, and Minnesota Timberwolves led at one time by 4. It's Edwards with 19. He'll dance on Fox and fade away again, and the rebound by Castle.
Shots for Anthony Edwards to start this half.
It's Vassell who will take it on top, and Rudy is out there to defend. Wembanyama in the opposite corner. Across the lane, Castle with a nice move, a duck and a lean. Lot of control, the offensive rebound, and it's Vassell again. Working on Gobert, baseline Fox, into 2, ball deflected. Edwards on the fly, on the wing Randall. Into Castle, out to Edwards, in the corner, and they'll work it around. It's Dosunmu with a 3 and a Champagne rebound.
Half to start in the second half as both teams are doing a great job of closing off the corners, something they struggled with.
Wembanyama tried to get it and then was shoved and retaken at the other end by the Spurs. And Castle sets, fires 3, good.
Get out of it. They got to get out of the refs. They got to get out of looking at them every time. This is the second round of the playoffs. It's going to get more physical, and the refs are allowing you to get away with a little bit extra.
McDaniels rattles out. Dosunmu parachutes in, gets the ball.
Lee having an efficient game, led the NBA in field goal percentage in the regular season. 5 of 5, 10 points. Nice little floater.
Second chance points for Minnesota, 16-4, wide open. It's Wemby tonight, 2 of 15. And from 3 now, 1 of 2 this evening.
Wemby didn't have to show up Rudy like that. Rudy hit a 12-footer, and then Wemby gonna come back and shoot a 35-foot.
Foul call right there.
Randall takes it, kicks it. With 5 to fire, McDaniel out. Gobert set the screen on the handoff to McDaniels. Works his way into the defense of Champagne.
Quietly putting together, a solid performance. He's the one guy that they know can get his shot off. Vassell shoots a long 3 that's on the floor. Even Wemby, he shoots shots in the paint over Wemby, and so Jaden McDaniels is a guy that they're definitely going to need to get going down the stretch.
Here comes Randall. Champagne is there. Across the lane, leaning in, pulls the trigger. Got the miss. Shot on the play. Backs in. Wembanyama will find Castle. It's Devin Vassell, wide open lane, wow!
Shaq somewhere, either smiling or hating, for sure, because you see a big guy doing everything you wanted to do.
Edwards will work his way, snaking for two, and got it to go in a congested lane. Here's Fox. Champagnie, it's a three. Percentage wide in this postseason. Reed around the screen. Nas sets up his triple. Good.
Off the break is.
How about that?
For a very long time. And they're going to need that. They're going to need more of that.
San Antonio has now missed 7 free throws tonight. Reed. Good pocket pass on the fly. Edwards.
Job passing and cutting. The hardest thing if you're a superstar, you gotta continue to move off of the ball.
Penny in the corner. It's a three. And a Gobert rebound.
Allowed for San Antonio to deny him last game when he was off the ball. And so just great recognition right there by Ant-Man not to stay still and get the back up. Big.
Pulls the three. Vassell other end. He knocks in a triple.
Game right now from downtown as both teams struggled in the first half from beyond the arc.
McDaniels comes it.
Well, both teams catching each other, not set on the defensive end of the floor. They're taking advantage of the opportunity to score quickly.
Fox twisting, firing, no. So play. Vassell vacuums it in. Fox, three. Yes. Timeout players. Minnesota 3 of 4 by 3 different players. Shannon is in. Now to Edwards. Cutting his Reed on top Gobert. And Cornette comes out on him. Dylan Harper's in. Screen by Gobert. Step back 3 by Edwards. Take it the other way for the Spurs. Castle. Nice hesitation to set up and set the offense. 5.5 to play in the third.
And you're going to see a lot of offense run through Vassell right here with Wemby out of the game.
Foul. The second round, he's got Wembanyama. I mean, I can't think of a player who's had 2 more difficult defensive assignments. Here's Cornette over Gobert.
You cannot shut down, you cannot stop Jokic or Wemby, but Rudy has done a great job, and I think this has been a great playoff series defensively for him, for all the naysayers.
Reed with a nice little shake and bit.
Middle of the floor ISO above the break where it's tough for the defense to double.
Under 5 to go here in the third. Driving is the second overall pick in the draft, Dylan Harper. Castle sets, fires 3, no. Cornette on the wing. McDaniels deflected by the ever-present Harper. And he's down and hurt. 4 on 5. It's Vassell.
I don't like you. Though it's like that little push and shove shows me that like I'm just getting tired of you. You frustrate me a lot. I like it.
Wembanyama is in 2 blocks. And he'll drain it. Let's take a look. And then Game 7 in Texas, if necessary.
Literally changed every parent, every coach that has a tall kid, how they train. You now got to come off away screens and make a play as a 7-4 guy.
Shannon to the cutting Dosunmu. A couple Illinois players with teammates. After he was down, he's knocked away the cobwebs. He works into Dosunmu and a foul. The plus-minus with Harper on the floor is pretty significant. As big as any.
Portland had 27 points, career high. Let's see what he can do. He's closing.
They over in Philly as well. Getting his experience as a young guy to be able to play in these environments, man, in these games. You know, we heard Brian say the other day about Bronny, a regular season game, you can never get nervous for a game from that standpoint because you played in the most intense possessions in
the Spurs just allowing Wemby to almost zone up on the backside, double contest shots. It causes a lot of problems for offenses.
Candace, Wemby arms are beat up.
Knocked away by Gobert.
A lot of physicality has been pushed towards that young man.
Vassell the miss, rebound Reed, down court Shannon, the hesitation with Edwards with it. Edwards with 23 and a double-double. Splits the defense, takes it in, and on the move, got the dude.
Still is able to get the ball to go. I love Edwards playing out of that mid-range spot. I'd like to see him hit the ball. It's not as much energy to score from there.
Castle bulldozing inside. That's a third.
On the night, there's more ways to impact the game than just offense.
Edwards, who's looked good. Corner three. It's a two-point game. Fox back in, driving on Dosunmu and over Gobert.
A driving lane.
I love when you see a player working on some candidates either before the game or at halftime, and then they come out and they get that success. Ayo was working on that corner three when we came out of the timeout, and to see him get that early success and see it go down for me.
Half off the bench in the first. On top, Wembanyama. Closing in on the end of the third. San Antonio 9-17 from the floor and a drive.
7'4" handler, screen and roll.
Crazy.
Going downhill with a nice footer off the glass.
Edwards with 25, launching a three. There was a foul in. So
To Rudy Gobert.
Wembanyama picked up his third. Stopping, starting, firing, rejected by Wembanyama. He's got three the other way. Johnson drives, slices, and a foul. Keldon Johnson will be at the line. 2 of 6 from the floor. Hits the free throw right there. He's been
On the road here, San Antonio 16-24, like you said, but it is going to come down to the free throw. The Charity shows their will physically to go into the fourth quarter.
Dosunmu three. Rebound champ in this third quarter. 10 by San Antonio. Vassell, short range shot. Champagnie the rebound. Outside three. Keldon Johnson pulls fly. Edwards goes into Vassell, met by Wembanyama with a whistle and a Wemby.
You know, the guy's attack. Wemby's a shot blocker. He's going to come, you know, as far out as he needs to.
Bench said it is imperative that Rudy Gobert in this series plays in the dunker spot. Because
Switch defensively. Reed is on Fox. Shot clock at 4. Fox will put up a three. Rebound Edwards. Final seconds of the third. The collision has shot. 2 net ratings in the fourth quarter in these playoffs, so we are harnessed in and ready to go. Series tied at 1. Castle, Wembanyama, bobbled it away. Shannon was there. McDaniels to Dosunmu. Corner, 3, up and off by Randall.
Randall catch and attack. They're trying to get back in transition right there. That's the moment right there when you put pressure on the basket. You don't settle for that corner three. You get that anytime.
Gobert on the bench. Shot clock at 5. Carter is in the rookie. And Dosunmu pushes Wembanyama in a foul. He's 60% in the words of his coach. And then we got Dosunmu, who has missed the last.
Incredible medical staff, or whatever they got, it's incredible. But yes, these two guys, and when you out there on the floor, you do not want to show that you're injured, that you're hurt, or anything like that, because the team is going to make sure that when they see signs of being hampered at all.
San Antonio's in a 9-2 run. Here's Dosunmu. McDaniels. Shannon. A lot of athleticism on the floor for the Wolves.
Space.
He'll set, he'll jab step and fire. And good not. Carter had it. Stripped of the ball by McDaniels. It's Randall. Goes into the fray. Tries to drive. Blasting the foul. And for him, number 1 at the free throw line is Randall. 4 is 1 of 8. 5 of 5 from the stripe. And 1 of 8 is not what Minnesota needs.
Well, Randall needs to have a big game down the stretch. Being in the paint and not settling for jump shots.
Minnesota, the highest scoring fourth quarter team in these playoffs. It's Castle getting aside by Reed. 2-on-1. Randall to the hole. No. Picked up.
Have a little bit more patience with yourself. That's an easy layup right there that he missed. He rushed it.
McDaniels with his 4th foul. Here comes Fox. Randall there into the double team. Wembanyama, and he spins and gets the.
Where the Spurs are going to go with Rudy Gobert off of the floor. They're going to go to Wemby in the paint.
Randall across the lane. McDaniels into the lane. Rebound.
That the San Antonio Spurs have when you know you have Wemby behind you. It allows you to be a better defender on the ball, to apply more pressure on the ball and take more chances.
Terrence Shannon 3.
Far beyond the 3 points that he has on the defensive end, doing a little bit of everything.
Fox with an open 3. Wembanyama gets it and puts it back up in it.
Forever. Don't bring the ball down to where guards can strip you. Keep it up, keep it high.
Fired at the trade deadline. how much of a three-level scorer this guy is. We saw it against the Denver Nuggets as Wemby knocks.
7 points already in the fourth, with 3 minutes gone in the fourth. Wembanyama, 30 points for him, driving inside McDaniels, rebound by, he grabs another one, 13 for the game, double-double for him. Carter Bryant gets it off to Fox. Wembanyama, another three, air ball.
Man, McDaniels grabbed him running down the court.
So I'm going to just shoot this air ball.
In the corner, McDaniels three. Rebound.
With Wembanyama out of the paint, contesting the three in the corner, Randall has to clean up all those rebounds in the paint.
Here's Fox, and McDaniels is on him. Fox takes it across the lane. Dosunmu has it. Numbers the other way on the wing. Shannon glides for two. And you can see head-to-head in the first three where they stand and what the Wolves have done in the fourth quarter against the Spurs. Here's Fox, got tangled up on early in the game in the opening minutes of the game. They trailed by 15 and came back in that same first quarter to trail by one at the end of one and eventually lead by 4 points after that big deficit. The spinning shot, Harper. Nice put up by the pick. Dylan Harper.
And Dylan Harper getting minutes during the season, but closing a lot of playoff games here down the stretch. Coach trusting the young rookie.
Edwards trying to split the D, and in traffic puts it up and in.
And number 5 right there is a big reason why game 1, 18 points of his 18, 11 in the fourth quarter, but also to Julius Randle. So they have
2. Edwards with 29. Gobert on top. Cornette is the center. Edwards again surrounded. Shot clock is down to 7. Offhand McDaniels try to tip in his own miss. Retrieved inside.
and 1.
Gobert's first trip to the line tonight and 12 of 31 in the playoffs. It's Fox. Wembanyama knocked away by Gobert. 6.5 to go. Second chance points. Minnesota 27-12 in that category. Edwards on top. They got McDaniels inside, defended by Wembanyama.
Wemby trying to contest and gets the foul.
Wembanyama.
This is a shout out to Rudy. Going back to Ant-Man, just the adjustment we talked about with him getting the ball to the middle of the floor so once he can see the entire floor and not allowing himself to be in the on the sideline where the defense can bottle him up.
1 point game. Wolves on an 11-4 run. Castle cross court corner. Champagny three. Good. Big.
Timberwolves bench was trying to contest Champagny on that three as he knocks it down from the corner.
I don't think they could do that. It's an offensive foul.
Here's McDaniels.
Technical foul.
Knocked away by Wembanyama. Retrieved by Randall. Inside McDaniels. Knocked away a fourth block. Wembanyama. And then Randall's
First one, he's able to rebound on that one.
That's what we're talking about with Randall, man. Get in that paint. Mix it up down there. Use your physicality. Don't bail him out shooting corner threes all night.
Champagny three.
But some plays. Gets up from getting screened and contests that three.
Career high 13 rebounds for Edwards. Doubled, blitzed. Randall has it. Oh. Uh-oh. Finch is over there.
And the refs. Let's go.
Edwards has played as many minutes as anybody in this game.
Gotta get off of it.
Randall's got to cut and relieve some of that help right there.
2 to fire, 3 no good. Rookie Dylan Harper. And here comes Stephon Castle. McDaniels is on him. Screens, switches. Randall is on Castle with the shove, the fall, and Castle inside Wembanyama. Castle again with 13 points. Wembanyama, Gobert there. Shot clock is down to 2. Inside, wide open. Dosunmu and Harper on him. The drive and a floater on the fly. Harper. The Wolves have no fouls to give. Spurs have 1. Here's Wembanyama and Gobert on him. Shot clock at 5. Victor Wembanyama.
Leg. Little Dirk. Shout out to Nowitzki in the studio.
It's 34 points for Wembanyama in this game. 3.5 to go. Screen Gobert. Corner. Reed. 3. Good.
Teammates to do what they do.
It's Vassell, and Edwards is there. Screen. Wembanyama three. Good! 4th quarter points by Wembanyama. McDaniels spinning on Harper. Dosunmu picked up by Champagnie. Reed, shot clock, 2 over Vassell, 3.